Let's see what's going on here. There we go. Not this. Okay, let's talk Crawford versus Mean Machine. I'm not gonna try to pronounce his last name because I will butcher it. Let me charge my phone because this shit's going down. There we go. So let's talk Mean Machine versus Bud Crawford. Hello, Wesley. Nice to see you back. Let's talk because a lot of people have mixed feelings about this fight, especially because we know there's a lot of people that are very pro PBC, who basically feel like Mean Machine was not that good of an opponent for Crawford. And I mean, we've been knew that we'd rather have Crawford fight the guys over at PBC, but it just doesn't seem to be a possibility anytime soon. So that's why I want to come on here and ask you guys, how do you guys assess Bud Crawford's performance against Mean Machine? I know we'd rather see him against somebody else, and I know it's easy to go and I guess compare it to how the PBC guys fight their mandatories and their guys who we know that are not meant to be fighting that. Hello, BM. That was a good fight. BH, sorry. I'm kind of blind. I do agree it was a good fight. I think Mean Machine definitely did come to fight. I think Mean Machine, I've seen him in Oxnard. He does train out of Oxnard in the same gym Lomachenko trains at, in the same gym Crusher does. At least he did the last time I was there, which has been like a year, so maybe not anymore, but I was expecting him to come and just be kind of wild, come and be kind of just aggressive, but he was actually very patient in the early rounds, which I do very much commend. So I do give him that. He came to fight and he was cautious. He wasn't just coming over here swinging for the fences. So good for him on that. But I think this also speaks very nicely about Bud Crawford, because even though people ruled it a slip, even though the ref ruled it a slip, I do think that was a knockdown. I think Mean Machine caught him very clean. Caught him very clean with that punch. And yes, he kind of like got lost a little bit over his feet, but I think it was the result of that punch. So I do think that that was a knockdown and not just Bud won't last with Errol nor Sean. Well, with that's what brings on that conversation, that he did get tagged a lot by Mean Machine. He did get tagged a lot, and I don't think he's going to allow himself to get tagged like that against Errol or Sean Porter or anybody else really in the division. However, maybe he did that because he didn't respect Mean Machine coming forward. Maybe I don't think Crawford would do that against someone like Sean Porter, especially, and someone like Errol Spence. However, he proved to have a really nice chin. I mean, I do think that was a knockdown. I do thank you, BH. I do think that was a knockdown as well. So regardless of that being a knockdown, I do feel like he did show that he had a decent chin, because Mean Machine does punch very hard. They don't want to fight him. What can he do? I'll tell you what he can do, and what, in my opinion, he should do. He should just be a free agent. I know it shouldn't come to this. It shouldn't be like, oh, well, my promoter doesn't want to fight with this promoter, so fuck it. I guess it doesn't happen. But it would be, I think it would facilitate it for Crawford to become a free agent, and that way maybe he can make the fights that he wants. Of course, he's going to be still facing bullshit, because they're gonna want to like not pay him well, because they're gonna say, hey, this fight's gonna be on PBC if you're a free agent. So they might it's still bullshit, but at this point he has to do something about it. At this point, it's up to Crawford to do something about it, because if the fights never happen, it's gonna be like, I feel like he might even be comfortable with the fact that people are just imagining that and assuming that he will beat the PBC guys. So he's comfortable with that. He's like, I don't even have to fight these guys, but people are already assuming because of my skill that I can beat them. So maybe I don't even have to fight them, because people are going to say, if it would have happened, I would have beat them. You know what I mean? So yes, it sucks that PBC fighters are not fighting him, and that maybe it's because of the PBC that it's not happening. But at that point, Crawford still has to do something about it, because while Crawford is over here fighting the likes of Mean Machine, and don't get me wrong, again, that was a very terrific fight in my opinion. It was a great fight coming from Mean Machine as well as a mandatory, but those can only take Crawford so far. He has to do eventually. It's up to him to do something and to be able to fight those PBC guys. It's bullshit. I know it shouldn't be like this. These boxing politics are dumb as heck. But I mean, again, at this point, it's up to him to do something. They told him get a belt, and all of a sudden PBC don't want to recognize WBO. Yeah, and then I don't know if you heard BH that they're trying to do like their own belts, which in my opinion, please don't. Boxing has enough belts. Hello, Calculator Risk. Nice to see you again. He's not marketable. Plus Bob, believe in Bud against don't believe in Bud. I do believe he's marketable in the way that he can be very much a household name, but I don't think Top Rank is doing that enough for him because I feel like they're doing that more for Teofimo and Lomachenko than they're doing for Crawford. Because if you think about it, I personally didn't hear much promotion for this fight up until this week. So I mean, like, why are they not promoting the heck out of this fight, especially since it was on ESPN? PBC got all the fighters, so stop it with the button protection. Again, I don't think Bud doesn't want to fight these guys, and I don't think these guys don't want to fight Bud. It's definitely a boxing politics thing, but again, in my opinion, I do think that Bud has to do something. It's up to him to do something because, again, who does that affect? My hands are purple because my hair is purple. Who does that affect? At the end of the day, regardless of the PBC guys fight Crawford or not, they can definitely fight each other and make bank and make good fights within themselves. Crawford can't do that at Top Rank. He just can't. Hello, Joe Rowe. Lili, te espero debajo de mi árbol esta Navidad. Mira, yo no tengo arbolito. Yo me voy a ir a México el viernes que viene, so yo no voy a estar aquí en mi casa. Voy a estar en México. I was happy. Button protection, what? Yeah, I don't think any of these fighters are not trying to fight each other. I think it's politics, you know? Mikey, do what he won't, but scared of real competition. Again, I don't think anybody's scared here. I just think it's the politics. But I do think, again, that maybe Bud Crawford is like getting comfortable with the idea that he doesn't have to fight these guys, and people are going to blame the politics. You know, people are going to continue to blame the politics for him not fighting the top guys at welterweight because all the other top guys at welterweight are with PBC. So if I'm Crawford, in a way, I'm like, I don't gotta fight these dudes because most people, seeing my skill set, believe that if I were to fight them, I would beat them. And I don't actually have to fight them. And if I don't fight him, I'm not ducking. It's just politics. Because at the end of the day, it is just politics. I don't think he's ducking anybody. And I do think Crawford will probably beat a lot, if not all of the PBC guys. But I want to see it. You know what I mean? I want to see it. I know Bud was undisputed at 140, and I know he's top 3 or top 5 pound for pounds in various lists and, like a bunch of sports magazines. However, I cannot put him top of the welterweight list when I haven't seen him fight a top welterweight. I'm not saying overall because, yes, overall he can be top pound for pound, the top 3 or top 5. But I can't put him top 3 in welterweights just on skill alone, just on seeing, he did great against this guy, and he did great at 140, and he, massacred guys at 140, but at 147, I have yet to see how he looks. Again, no doubt in my mind that Crawford can definitely do damage against the top welterweights, but I want to see it, and until I see it, I can't put him as a top welterweight, if that makes any sense. Bud versus Pac-Man. See, I wanted to see Bud versus Pac-Man back when Pac-Man was with Top Rank at 140. I thought that would be a great comeback for Pac-Man. I thought that would have been great if, again, they would have made it happen. But, we all know that Pacquiao left to PBC, and look at, he's been getting great fights still. So if you had to pick him, Spence, or Crawford, well, we don't know if Crawford's even going to fight again. We know he had a car crash. He's supposedly fine. At this point, because of the opposition that he's faced, and I know a lot of people had the Sean Porter fight very close, and a lot of people were talking shit to Spence because of how hard of a fight Porter gave him. But come on, guys, this is Porter. Who hasn't Porter given a hard fight to? Ugas. but besides Ugas, Porter has been doing amazingly. Porter gives everybody a fucking run for their money, win or lose. You know, win or lose, Porter is there to overwhelm you and do what he does. And, you know, regardless of Spence going the distance with him, I think that made him even better because now he took that pressure and he was able to capitalize on the pressure when he needed to. So, given an opposition, I would have to choose Spence right now. But I'm not saying Spence beats Crawford. I'm just saying I have to pick him over Crawford at this moment because of the opposition that they have fought. And again, I know this is not Crawford's fault. This is not saying I would pick Spence to beat Crawford or Crawford to beat Spence. That's just based on opposition. These dudes is delusional saying, well, you know, Top Rank is with ESPN, so they are gonna say that. It's weird when there's any ESPN Top Rank broadcast because whenever Lomachenko's fighting, the commentators, oh, best pound for pound. Oh, Lomachenko, the best pound for pound. Whenever Terence Crawford is fighting, it's like, oh, Terence Crawford, pound for pound. Terence Crawford, the pound for pound. It's like, okay, cool. I do believe that both of them are definitely top 5, if not top 3. But they should definitely like make up their mind as to who they're calling the number 1 pound for pound. Bud called Pacquiao recently. Yeah, but if he's gonna fight anybody from PBC, he should fight, you know, the younger guys. Everyone on PBC be like, I got my own promotion, my own boss, blah, blah, blah. Then duck that smoke when they can. Well, I gotta disagree with you on that, Rue, because they don't duck each other. If you guys have noticed, the PBC welterweights have been fighting each other lately, and it's pretty great. And again, they can definitely make really good fights within themselves and make money and give great fights within themselves. Not the fights we want necessarily, because we want Spence versus Crawford and Crawford versus any other guy at PBC, right? But again, any other guy at PBC can fight each other and still make a great fight. Virgil Ortiz, mi gallo, puro RGBA. Yes, Virgil Ortiz looked amazing yesterday. Tremendous knockout. This kid has knocked out 3 opponents in a row who had not been previously knocked out or knocked out before. This kid is the truth. Shout out to Virgil Ortiz. I think that motherfucker's going to be a champion next year. Just like shout out to Teofimo Lopez for becoming the first Honduran world champion. You know, guys, let's move on to that fight. Let's move on to Teofimo versus Commey. I was expecting a knockout. I wasn't necessarily cheering for anybody in this fight because I like both of them. But I didn't expect the knockout that early. I did not expect Teofimo to knock him out in the 2nd round. That was really crazy to me, and I was like, yo, that's crazy. Yeah. Thank you. Crawford stays ducking. Again, guys, I don't think anybody's ducking anybody. It's definitely the politics. It's really shitty. Who the unified champion? Errol, not Sean nor Bud. Mason, can you please stop, please? Teofimo Lopez. Spence members are trash. When, you know what, I'm gonna be honest, BH, I'm not one person to really care about numbers. I don't care about purses. I know as like hardcore, I feel like a hardcore boxing fan just wants good fights. And of course, boxing the way it is and the way it's moving into an online platform type of thing is not going to get the best of views. So I don't really mind about, I don't really care. I don't like to go into, oh, they did these numbers, they did not. They did this numbers, or, you know, they got this much money. I don't really care about all that. Nobody on PBC are pay-per-view fighters. Only dummies buy those. Especially now when people are streaming. I mean, some people go to theaters, which is fun too. Deontay Wilder said himself, he knows AJ wants to fight him, but his team won't fight him. This is from Deontay Wilder in an interview. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're both very aware. Crawford loses to Spence and Porter. I don't know about Porter, but maybe Porter got that pressure. It's just how he's going to react to Porter's pressure. Saludos de Chicago. Saludos, Arnulfo. You're right, he's man down. Hey, girl, where is your tall can? I know, it's cold right now. I have a sore throat, so I felt like maybe a tall can was not the best idea. Crawford is going to feel so bad for him when he loses his top dogs. Another thing, I want to ask you guys. 3rd round, was that a knockdown or was that a slip? To me, personally, I thought that was a knockdown. I know a lot of people had that a slip. They ruled it a slip. To me, that was a knockdown. Aiden, what do you think? Was that a knockdown or was that a slip?
What?
3rd round. I think I think that was a knockdown. But he came back and he came yeah, because yeah, like he kind of like stumbled a little bit, and of course because the awkward way he fell, they're like, okay, slip. But no, that was because of a punch. Like that came as a result of a clean punch that Mean Machine landed. So let's think about if Porter lands one of those, or Spence, who has the most power. So it definitely continues to bring up that discussion of whenever Crawford fights or any guy in PBC fights, of course there's gonna be these discussions of, whoa, how would he do against this guy? But until we see it, we we can't do much but just speculate. Unfortunately, that what you don't get, Spence, don't so either. How about Tequila Show? Porque estás malita. You're a bad influence, Rene. You're trying to get me drunk. La tía consentida, tijuas. I don't get it. Don't matter the knockdown this case because he came back. No, yeah. No, I'm not saying, ooh, he got knocked out. Ooh, I'm just asking an opinion because in my opinion, it definitely seemed like it was a knockdown. So I'm like, maybe I mean, they only showed the replay once. So I'm like, it looked like a knockdown to me, but let me ask anybody else because I always like to ask other people what they saw. So maybe, kind of see, I can be like, okay, then maybe it was. I'm just asking. I'm not trying to take anything away from Bud. So relax. So can we move on to Teofimo versus Commey? Again, Teofimo Lopez. We know his dad is kind of like an Angel Garcia 2.0, but it's true what Teofimo Lopez says. He's like, I let my dad talk his shit and I back it up. And back it up he did against Commey tonight. Again, I was not expecting a second round or an early knockout for that matter. I was actually, again, not rooting for anybody in specifically, but I was kind of like rooting for Commey just because I feel like his background story was touching to me, and I'm a girl, so I feel like I just fall for all that emotional shit. So I was like, oh, Commey, like, oh, you were being like, you wanted to be a champion forever. And I'm like, but I wasn't not taking Teofimo lightly, nor was I taking anything away from Teofimo, nor was I rooting again for anybody in specifically. So I was very surprised by Teofimo. I think he's the real deal, and if you didn't believe that before, you can definitely believe it now because Commey, no, don't turn it on. Because Commey can definitely, it's the, Commey was a champion, and Commey, regardless of having losses previously, he's definitely the real deal himself. So it was really good to see Teofimo get that tremendous victory against a champion. Hello, Mason. Against a champion, So, damn it, Teofimo looked good. I feel like it's great to see him against Loma. I don't think at first I didn't really like him bringing up Lomachenko so much. I'm like, why are you bringing Lomachenko? Relax, little kid. But now I'm like, okay, now you can have Lomachenko's name in your mouth. And it's really, really good to see him prosper, to see him mature, because he wasn't the usual like trash talking stuff. Yes, he trash talked, but in a mature way, I feel like. So it's really great to see Teofimo Lopez grow and mature and, not be kind of like this villain that he was trying to be at first. So great, man. Teofimo, my props, mad props to you. Making history, first Honduran world champion. God, that must feel great. I fell asleep. I didn't see Teofimo just call me. I expected 50-50. Yes, I was expecting 50-50. I was like, this is going to be like a war. It's going to be like some knockdowns. These guys are going to go the distance. So when I saw that, I was literally like watching, and all of a sudden I was like, he like just, his legs just fold. And he like does like 2 flips. I'm like, yo, what the hell just happened? Xicana, what do you think of Loma's thinking right now? Loma is one of those guys that doesn't show a lot of interest. He just doesn't show like he cares, I don't know if you saw first, he's like, when they asked him, this guy, I forgot what his name is on Twitter. I think it's Barbosa Boxing. He tweeted that he asked Lomachenko, who do you got tonight, previously to the fight? And Lomachenko just replied, I don't care. He doesn't care. And then post-fight, all he said to Teofimo was like, oh, Teofimo, welcome to my club. He said, welcome to my club. And again, I feel like Lomachenko just definitely feels like, regardless of Teofimo doing that to Commey, he's no Commey. His footwork is superb. So it depends on, of course, we think about like, oh, what if he would land that same shot on Lomachenko? But he would have to find Lomachenko first to land that punch. So He was probably just honestly, Loma is so unbothered. He's probably like, okay, well now I know who I'm fighting next, and that's it. I don't think he's thinking anything of it. Who do you think the top dog at lightweight, Lopez, Garcia, or Haney? I don't think Garcia is in the mix with Lopez or Haney yet. I think it's Lopez right now because even though I like Haney and I do fuck with him a lot, I don't like that he basically got a PDF belt. He got a belt over email. He just got a belt. Now, I'm not saying he wouldn't have gotten a belt regardless, but that's like a little paper belt that he got over an email. So he didn't earn it in the ring is what I'm saying. I'm not saying he wouldn't have because Haney, again, all these little kids seem to be special. Garcia, I was very impressed with his knockout victory over Romero Duno, especially because here in Southern California, we know who Romero Duno is and we know what Romero Duno has done to previous Golden Boy fighters. So I was really stoked, and that was another one where I was shocked because I did expect Ryan Garcia to get the knockout win over Duno because Duno has just that come forward style that is tailored made for someone with the speed like Ryan Garcia. However, I did not expect it in the first fucking round. So props to Garcia again, but I just don't think he's up there with them, with Haney and with Teofimo, especially not with Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is already a champion. So is Haney, but I would and you know, will I see Haney against some nicer competition? So I definitely think Teofimo is definitely out of those three the best one at the moment. Lopez is the truth. In my opinion, it's Crossroads fight Loma. We're here. Loma will pass the torch to improving and Loma will declining. I don't think Lomachenko is declining, Boxel, for real. Let me tell you what's going on. Lomachenko should not be fucking fighting at that weight class. Lomachenko should be fighting at 130. He's pushing it. And we saw this shit against Linares. We saw this against Linares. He's pushing it. So I don't think he's declining necessarily. I just think he's fighting bigger guys he shouldn't be fighting, and he's still kicking their ass. So props to Lomachenko. I know he took a lot of heat for his fight against Luke Campbell, but Luke Campbell is also an Olympian. And I think us as boxing fans, we take mandatories and we take guys that are not top level very, very lightly, and we expect the champions to just knock them the fuck out of the park. And it's like, it's not always going to be like that, and I'd rather not have it like that because I want to see a good fight and I want to see a competitive fight. So I don't think Lomachenko is declining. I just think he should move down to 130 and do it there instead of 135. So I mean, also Lomachenko's not that old yet. How old is he? 31. So I don't think he has to pass any torches yet. I feel like if he loses to Teofimo, first of all, that'd be huge because then Teofimo would be undisputed, right? Or unified. Hold on, let me put this pillow on her because I'm like really short and I'm like really low. So I feel like yeah, it would be him who's unified. So hey, that'd be amazing. But I feel like he would just go down back to 130 and go there. Texas Elite. My Instagram is Xicana.boxing. Teofimo Lopez is a monster. He really proved to be tonight. Loma trying to find a way or excuse to duck Teofimo. I don't think they're ducking anybody. What I thought was really dumb about that whole WBC and Haney and Lomachenko thing is that I know it was Bob Arum who went to WBC and said Lomachenko deserves to be a franchise champion, but I thought that just made him look bad because I don't think he should have. Same with Canelo, same with Lomachenko. I feel like I would have been like, don't give me this belt. I want to keep the belt that I won in the ring. Canelo won the WBC belt in the ring. So did Lomachenko against, probably the hardest fight of his career so far against Campbell. So it's like, why would I be like, yeah, here you go, give me a fake belt you just made up. But here's the one I hard earned in the ring. But also Charlo, who took the regular WBC middleweight belt, and Haney should have been like, can I please win this in the ring? So they're all fucked up. They should all one shouldn't have taken the franchise belt and given up their belt, and the other one shouldn't have taken the belt without winning it in the ring. But that's just my opinion. I'm not going to give that to Haney because he's young, and of course, you're a young guy. You want to get a belt, right? But I personally would have expected the fighters to just be like, yo, we don't want no part of this. Give us a belt that we won in the ring, and we don't want to know nothing about no franchise shit. So I don't think just because Lomachenko became franchise champion, he means he's ducking Haney. I think that's just the narrative that came up because of the fact that he took the belt, but I don't think that's what is happening here. Nunez won. Oh, I don't know nothing about MMA. I'm sorry. I don't know shit about MMA. Actually, sorry, first interview with Virgil. Surprisingly, he won yesterday. I knew he was gonna win. He's a monster. Who's your favorite boxer to watch? I think Usyk. Usyk has to be my favorite boxer right now. I know a lot of people don't like his style because he's very technical. I mean, he is from the Ukraine. I love Usyk. I love Virgil Ortiz. Teofimo's definitely up there. Obviously the heavyweights, because again, this is another thing with the promoters and they might not fight each other. But I really like Usyk and Virgil Ortiz. Who's your favorite? Oh my, I respect that. Probably got exposed tonight. I'm not gonna say he got exposed. That's just dumb. What part of SoCal are you from? I am from San Pedro, California. Crawford showed a lot of balls. He initially looked like he was gonna. He came to. Yeah, Rudy, I have to agree with that. A lot of people were commenting on Twitter, and I think on the telecast they were saying like, why is Crawford fighting Mean Machine's fight? Why is he exchanging? He just needs to box. And I know he was getting a lot of shit for doing that. I actually commend him, because to stand toe-to-toe with someone like Mean Machine who hits really hard, like, I commend him for that. And I think he felt like disrespected in a way, because you know how, in my opinion, that was a knockdown, and then Mean Machine landed a couple really nice shots in the first few rounds. I feel like Crawford's like, you're not gonna do that shit to me, not with me, son. So he's like, no, I gotta get my respect back. So I do give him props for standing toe-to-toe with someone like Mean Machine. Remember, Lomachenko has an L and he got beat by Salido. Salido, no Soledo. And yes, he has an L. Wasn't that like in his third fight? I love Salido. That's my king. He's fucking funny. He went to jail for like stealing a 6-pack of beer at Oxxo in Mexico. So like, I like Salido. However, let's be honest here. That was a dirty ass fight. Salido loves to like headbutt, hit below the belt. And that was Lomachenko's third fight, I believe. Was it the third fight or fourth fight? It was like really early on in his career. So I do feel like Lomachenko wasn't ready to fight anybody with that aggressiveness. And in my opinion, I'm like, why don't people watch how Salido fought him and fight him like that? I feel like no one took the blueprint from Salido yet. Why hasn't anybody seen the fight and seen how Salido just overwhelms them like a, in a Mexican style type of way? And do that. I feel like just watch how Salido beat him. Crawford made adjustment and got him in there, got respect and adjustments because he's a reason why results ended like it did. Yes, Tyrone, very well said. It's all about adjustments. Definitely looked like a snack that Virgil Ortiz. Well, thank you. I guess it's late. Tell the kids to go to sleep. Motherfucker, it's Saturday. Let my kids watch TV on Saturday. It's a Saturday. I let them watch TV. Usually they're asleep by 8:30. No. What do you think about Andy Ruiz fighting Luis Ortiz? I think that's a great fight. I think that's also a chance for Ortiz to get a win. I was very disappointed in Andy, guys. Very disappointed in Andy. What did you guys think about Andy? Andy just... His post-fight excuses really irked me. I didn't like that he's like, oh, I was partying and, but the third fight, I'll be in the best shape of my life. No, dude, you should have been on the best shape of your life now, especially the second one, to prove that it was not a fluke, to prove that you belong, to prove that this was not because AJ was feeling bad and AJ had anxiety and all this shit. No, you should have been in the best shape of your life with this one. In my opinion, I don't think it was the partying and the overeating, because he's been fat. Let's be honest, he's been fat. I think what it is that I think he really believed that AJ would just be mentally defeated. I think he thought AJ would pull a Kovalev. Kovalev, after he lost first to Andre Ward, he basically was never the same. I feel like that was Ruiz's feeling on what AJ would be like. I think he felt that AJ would be coming in scared. And don't get me wrong, AJ looked definitely scared. He would throw a punch and he'd be like, don't come back to me, please. But he did the fight that he had to do. And AJ did what he had to do. A lot of people are like, oh, he ran all night, like he's running. We all knew that he was going to try to box and fight behind the jab. We all knew he was going to try to maintain the distance with the jab. But he did what he had to do to beat Ruiz. Will that plan work against other heavyweights? I don't know about all that. Because it's not like he was a slick Mayweather type like fighter. Like, oh, I'm gonna slip some jabs and I'm gonna like move with slickness. He was very robotic with his movement. So I feel like a Wilder would knock out that stiff ass jab. I don't know, like I'm just saying, like I was just disappointment. That Teofimo knockdown looked timed as fuck. Yeah, he definitely. A friend of mine who's actually a reporter in New York. His name is Joshua. He actually got a video of Teofimo Lopez practicing that same punch in the gym just last week. So it was really good to see how he executed it perfectly. Very timed. I do think that Kovalev got robbed in the first fight. Yes, I do agree with that. The second fight, though, that was all she wrote. I don't want to see Ruiz Joshua 3. For what? I don't want to see that. I don't think anybody wants to see that. He didn't do enough to deserve it. And again, I don't agree, Rene. I don't think he looked like Mayweather. Yes, he was fighting behind the jab and just jabbing and moving around the ring. But he wasn't slick. He wasn't like moving his, he wasn't like ooh, ooh, and like moving or just landing a jab and pulling out. He was kind of like more robotic, like landing and fucking go away. Like neither of them landed like combinations, if that makes any sense. Wilder would kill AJ. Si se juntan los mares con los ríos, ¿por qué juntan? You're stupid. Ruiz looked flat-footed and slow. He just looked like, oh my god. I was so disappointed in him, especially because I was like, okay, he's always been fat and he's still the faster of the two, and so I'm like, his style was definitely still gonna give AJ problems, but I feel like he was just like not. I feel like he didn't even bother. Like he didn't even try. At least go for the kill. At least like try to be busy. He didn't land shit of significance other than that punch that cut AJ in like the early rounds. That was it. He didn't land anything. Neither of them landed anything that was like wow. But we knew that AJ wasn't gonna try to engage. We knew that AJ was going to try to box, and that he did. It was all up to Ruiz to make that fight, and he didn't do it. So I'm like, yo, I'm so disappointed. I am disappointed in Andy Ruiz. How often do I go live, Brody? You know what? I know I slack on my YouTube, but next year I'm getting a new camera. I'm getting new equipment. So I'm gonna do more interviews, like weekly interviews, and I am gonna do weekly lives. I'm gonna post an announcement when I do figure out my schedule on how I'm gonna go live. But I'm definitely gonna get more interviews next year, guys, and I'm gonna be definitely covering more events. Before I wasn't able to because I was in school. I just graduated with a journalism degree. So I'm definitely gonna have more time now to cover fights and to do more things like this. So I'm gonna try to go live more often, at least once a week. Floyd counters off his defense. Joshua's just jabbing and moving to the counter. Yeah, exactly. I do agree with that, Troy. I don't think he looked like Mayweather. A lot of people are gonna say that because he was just jabbing and like moving around the ring, but he was stiff in his movement. He wasn't. Yes, he lost a lot of weight, but he was still pretty stiff. He wasn't slickly. Please don't. He wasn't slickly trying to move. He was just like moving and jabbing, and that's it. Graduated from Cal State Dominguez with a bachelor's. I might do grad school next, but I'm gonna wait 1 year. I know a lot of people in the boxing community don't make a lot of money. I know most of the money is gonna come from YouTube. Not really like most independent journalists, at least they make money from YouTube. I want to be a writer, and I am a writer. I do a lot of writing, but I've noticed that videos capture more attention than articles nowadays. Oh, congrats to your daughter. 2 years or 2 more years and she'll get it done. What is she studying? What is your daughter studying? But yeah, so I'm definitely, I love to write, but I know now people do more videos and writing. So I'm definitely going to try to get more interviews now than articles. So definitely tune in for that. Next year, I'm going to come back. I'm going to Mexico from next Friday to 3rd of January. So I'm going to come back, set up interviews. I'm going to start like some sort of YouTube podcast where I'm going to have fighters video call in. I'm friends with some fighters. So I feel like because I'm friends with them, they're not going to say no. So I'm going to have like cool little video interviews with fighters, like a podcast style, like more like personal stuff here on the YouTube. Hello, what's up, new leaf? So I go to Carson often. Yeah, Carson, that's why I would love fights at the StubHub, because I'm like, hey, I love this. This is my park. I literally didn't have to pay for parking every time there was fights in the StubHub because I could just use my student parking. She's most likely a special. Dude, that shit pays. Good for her. Canelo Triple G. Aiden, who wins? Triple G or Canelo for a third fight?
I think Triple G because he's my favorite.
He loves Triple G. I think Canelo beats Triple G convincingly in a third fight. I feel like
Triple G.
I feel like Triple G won the first fight definitely.
Triple G.
Triple G won the first fight in my opinion, but I can definitely see how people argue it as a draw because Canelo looked really good the first 3 rounds and the last 3 rounds. Canelo looked pretty good, but Canelo lost that fight because he fights in spurs. Can you please not? Because he fights in spurs. Canelo fights in spurs. Canelo takes breaks in between fights, and Canelo's not that active. So I feel like that's why Canelo lost. Not because of anything spectacular that Triple G did. He just lost because same reason he always, does. He fights in spurs. So I feel like he took those middle rounds off. So Canelo took those middle rounds off, and I feel like that helped Golovkin. And he was, what Canelo was doing was going against the fighting. He was fighting against the ropes. So can you turn off the light? It's too hot. Yes, please. He was like fighting behind, like against the ropes, but he was trying to set up that uppercut. Oh, let me turn this down. Sorry, guys. Oh no, not that low. He was fighting, trying to set up that jab. I mean, that uppercut against the ropes. He was against the ropes, and Triple G kept trying to corner him against the ropes, and Canelo was just trying to find that uppercut, which wasn't really executed properly. So I feel like that lost them rounds. The second fight, I feel like Canelo won. It wasn't like a shutout, but I do give it to Canelo, especially because he did everything they said he wouldn't do, and they had no answers for it. They said, "Oh, you're not gonna fight Mexican style, or you're not gonna fight toe-to-toe with Triple G. You're gonna run," and he didn't, and he still beat him. So, and they had no answers. So I feel like he did win the second one. A trilogy would be cool because the fights were so close and the fights were so good. But I feel like it's not Canelo's priority because there's so much competition Canelo could face right now that it's much fresher than Triple G. Like, I feel like the way Canelo sees it is like, I can get big money fighting these guys, and I think he's just being so damn petty that he doesn't want to give Triple G another payday. Canelo's petty like that. Canelo's hella petty. He's not going to be giving Triple G another payday. I don't think he's ducking Triple G. I don't think he's scared because, again, I feel like Canelo would definitely beat Triple G more convincingly in the scorecards the third time around, or maybe for the first time convincingly. But it's definitely because he's being petty. But look at the last fight. Canelo had 4 divisions waiting on who he would pick to fight. Because Munguia wanted to fight him at 154. All the 160s were like, pick me, pick me, pick me. And 168 were like, pick me. Okay, we had Canelo Smith like, yeah, we're ready. And then 175, obviously, with Kovalev. Stop it. Stop. So I don't think Triple G should be the priority. Not really. Cancel his Christmas gift. Now, how dare he pick against my Canelo? Ooh, they're saying cancel your Christmas gift. Triple G has a caveman style. I didn't like that in the first fight, Triple G threw 8 punches. And I'm like, oh, he's definitely going to improve that in the second fight. In the second fight, he's definitely going to go to the body more. He threw like 6. And it's like, yo, why would you do that? Hello, Fight Hype. How are you? Fight Hype has the best boxing content. They got the best exclusives. So hopefully one day I can grow my channel like Fight Hype. I totally agree. Triple G won the first
round.
Yeah, I feel like Triple G did win the first fight. Hey, relax. So I personally, would I like a rematch? Sure. I mean, again, those were great. Those are 12, 20, 24 great rounds. 24 great rounds. But I wouldn't call Canelo a duck just because he's chasing other fights in whatever division when he already fought Triple G twice. And again, it's just him being petty. He doesn't want to give Triple G another payday. He doesn't like Triple G because Triple G was talking shit. So he's like, no, why am I going to give this guy that's been talking mad shit another payday? Not going to happen. Even though I'm pretty sure that's why DAZN got them both, because they wanted to cash in on that third fight. So I'm pretty sure they're mad about that. I don't know why they don't make Andre. And I'm not sure why the Andre doesn't have like a decent opponent, given the fact... Oh, thank you. Given the fact that DAZN has all the top middleweights. So if DAZN has all the top middleweights, why are they not giving him good opponents? Because out of that card in Miami, there's going to be, the fight in Miami with Tevin Farmer versus Jojo Diaz, and we have Babyface Assassin against his mandatory that I'm not gonna pronounce because I can't pronounce his name. I'm gonna butcher it, and I don't like doing that. Boo Boo's the main event. Why is Boo Boo the main event? It should be JoJo versus, Tevin Farmer, even though a lot of people think that's gonna be a boring fight. I think Daniel Roman versus his mandatory is gonna steal the fight. That's gonna steal the card. That should have been main event. But they're not gonna make that a main event because the other guy's a mandatory and he has 7 fights, but he has 7 knockouts. He's a mean dude. Thank you so much, Fight Hype. Did Mikey sign with Eddie Herb? Well, according to sources, yes, he did, but only for a 1-fight deal. A 1-fight deal, and they're supposedly trying to put him against Jesse Vargas. So Wilder versus Fury 2 got Fury. Well, I'm gonna actually be in Vegas for that fight. I really want to go to Vegas for Wilder Fury. I was in the first fight here at the Staples Center, and I swear to God, from our seat, it looked like he had killed him. I'm like, oh my God, Wilder finally caught a body that he's been saying. Like, I was like, Jesus, I did not. From our seat, it looked like he wasn't getting up, and then he started getting up, and we're like, whoa, what the hell's going on? GGG looked done in the last fight versus Derevyanchenko. I like him, but it's not. I don't think he looked done. I just feel like he has a style that favored Derevyanchenko. Derevyanchenko, yes, he's strong, and yes, he's come forward, but he's also from like the Ukraine, if I'm not mistaken. I think Derevyanchenko's Ukrainian as well, so he has better footwork. Triple G has no footwork, so I feel like he got them angles better. How nice of you to buy the kids a PS5. Girl, no, my kids do not have a PS5.
Yeah, PS5.
Jojo Diaz is garbage. I wouldn't call him garbage, but I've never really been impressed by Jojo Diaz. I've never been like, damn, this kid is good. Damn, this kid is special. He's good, and obviously he's like a former Olympian. Isn't he a former Olympian, or he tried to go to the Olympics? I don't know.
Triple G was fake.
No, he wasn't. I don't think Triple G was fake from I really don't think that's what it is. Opinion on KSI? Sorry, I did not watch that. I actually went to work. I didn't cover that fight. I just went to my regular job. No offense. I don't know. I didn't know nothing about KSI previously to the whole Logan Paul thing. And I only knew Logan Paul because of his scandal with filming suicide victims. So that's about it. Fury ain't no champ. It's funny, like, I think I saw a tweet when someone said, take a shot, a drinking game, take a shot every time somebody calls Tyson Fury a lineal champ during a broadcast. I'm like, yeah, I'm not trying to die. I'm not trying to get alcohol poisoning. Fury a cokehead just like me.
Mom, speaking of Triple G and Canelo, when there was that other game the fight that Canelo was fighting when he won
Kovalev?
Yeah, didn't they asked him if he wanted to fight Triple G for the 3rd time, but he said no.
He didn't say no, he just said he'd rather not. He said saludo, Chicanito. Say hi. Hi kid, do you like your mom's hair?
Yeah.
Kovalev. Now, I wonder what Kovalev. I also didn't like Kovalev's excuse. I just don't like. I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of fighters making excuses post fight. Like, just take your loss and go. Andy Ruiz pissed me off with his excuses post fight. Kovalev. I mean, he went on saying like, "Oh, I can't believe you guys are stupid if you thought I was gonna beat Canelo coming off like a hard fight 3 months earlier." And it's like, okay, but you took the fight though. And that's the thing, like, just like Chavez Jr., everybody's like, oh, well, Canelo dehydrated him, and Canelo did this and all that, and it's like, okay, cool, but, like, then you shouldn't have signed the contract, maybe. Because it's like, oh, well, he dehydrated me. That's what, like, Chavez Jr. kept saying. Well, then don't sign the fight. And then everybody's like, oh, he's not gonna go off of, just dismiss a payday. He's not going to say no to a payday. Okay, but either take a payday and take it out along with no excuses, but don't take the payday and then be like, oh, well, I'm just going to make excuses. I feel like Kovalev seemed like a sore-ass loser when he was like, oh, no, well, I couldn't even, I was almost knocked out in my last fight, and everybody who thought I was going to win is stupid. It's like, yo, your trainer had your back. Your trainer kept saying that he was that they were going to try to box Canelo, and now you're making him look dumb. Like, you're such a clown. What do you do for a living other than YouTube? Well, YouTube, I don't know if you noticed, I don't really pay much attention to YouTube as much as I should be. I do write. So I'm a writer. I do freelance for various publications here in SoCal, but mostly for other things. I do write about boxing on my website. I do have a website called XicanaBoxing.com, which I cover the events that I go to. So that's why it's not like news. It's not like I cover every little boxing news that happens. I just use that website to write like previews or post-fight recaps about the fights that I cover. Yes, Fihab, I do freelance. If you want to look at my work, it's on XicanaBoxing.com, my written work. Again, I used to do more like whatever news arose, I would write about them. But now I don't do that because I feel like I'm just rewriting other people's reports. You know, so I'm like, why am I going to write something somebody else already wrote? I just graduated. I've barely been doing this for a year, so I'm not gonna be having the sources everybody else has, and I'm not gonna be able to score interviews like everybody else does. So I'm like, I'm just gonna for now cover fights that I go to. So I do love my writing style, but what I do, I freelance for like a lot of feminist magazines, a lot of like newspapers, stuff like that. But I also bartend at night. I'm still bartending. I just graduated again and I'm going to Mexico in 2 weeks. So I didn't want to look for a job right after graduation because I knew that I was going to go on vacation. So I'm like, why am I going to apply for jobs and just be like, hey, actually, I'm going to leave to Mexico. So, you know, so I'm going to wait till next year to either... I'm gonna really try to make it, at least get some nice followers on YouTube and try to cement my name in the boxing community. I know it's hard because I'm a girl and I have like purple hair and purple eyebrows, and people are gonna be like, yikes, like this is weird. I feel like not only when you're a girl, fighters and trainers are reluctant to give you interviews because of how it may look. Look at the comments I got on the Virgil interview. Virgil's like 20 years old, I believe, when I interviewed him. And everybody in the comments, oh, I bet she fudged Virgil. They smashed. Her and Virgil smashed. And I'm like, yo, this kid is like 20. Like, this is a child. So it's hard for, I feel like for trainers, and I get it, I don't take offense to that, but I feel like trainers are reluctant to see girls walk into a gym because they're like, these bitches are just trying to clout chase, or these bitches are just trying to sleep with the fighters, or these bitches are just trying to like be groupies. So I get it. I definitely get why trainers will be more reluctant and more hesitant to give me an interview. And then I would see why other people would not want to work with me because, again, I'm not vanilla. Christina Poncher, she's just very, you know, normal. Cynthia Conte, who I love Cynthia Conte. She's a little bit more, like, energetic, but to an extent. Adriana from Fino Boxing, amazing work she does. And again, they're more what I like to call vanilla. You know, they're very normal. I cuss sometimes on the lives. My hair is purple. I feel like people are not like, ugh. They're like, no, you know? So it is hard, but I am going to dedicate this next year to try to make it in the boxing world and try to integrate myself in there. And hopefully make it a little better. And if it doesn't work out, then I can definitely go back to school and work on a master's. Fight Hub, I would love your help, your mentorship. I always try to do this with people. Like, I want to tell them, like, oh, let me take you out to lunch and let me just pick at your brain, get some advice. But I'm scared to tell them that because I feel like they're going to be like, this bitch is hitting on us or something. But Fight Hype, I'll definitely, where would you like me to hit you up? DMs on whatever social media. And let me take you guys out to lunch. Let me take you guys out for a drink, coffee. I could use all the advice I could get. Like, I would love to talk to y'all just for advice, mentorship. I'll buy y'all some drinks, coffee, some hamburguesas, something.
Can I come?
Yeah. Rainbow Smashing Lindolfo Delgado. I mean, I'm not going to go on off of that because I've heard stories about this, of course, but I don't know if it's true or not. People on the comment section swear I smashed Virgil Ortiz, even though he's like 20 years old, a child. And people make rumors like that. And that's why I'm friends with a lot of boxers, but I never post when I hang out with them, and I never post who I hang out with, because I'm like, no, if people are already claiming I'm like sleeping with these dudes, what else are they gonna say? So no, I'm not gonna. Cynthia, yeah, I love Cynthia. Se ve que I have got your sigue adelante happy. Thank you, Rudy. Rainbow definitely doesn't pass herself as boxing expert. I'll definitely shoot you a DM. Thank you so much. I'll definitely give you my number. I'd love to, again, get some mentorship. I've been doing this for a year. and I think I'm just shy. Like a lot of times I just go up to events, do my work, do my stuff, get my pictures and leave because I feel like ugh, like I'm too nervous to go up to anybody because I know I'm just starting and they're gonna be like, who the fuck is this bitch? They'll probably be like, who's this? And so I feel like I do get scared to network sometimes, but I'll definitely be shooting you my number, Fi Hype. Yeah, Rainbow. I know Rainbow's like more chill. She's more relaxed. So I do like that she's in the boxing community because she's proved that you can be like relaxed and just be yourself and not be super like you know on the mic. Just be like normal. She's more like hey, relax, more of a conversation type of interview, which I do like. So thank you so much for help. I definitely be shooting you my number through DMs. Lindolfo's favorite candy Skittles because he likes to say, "Oh my God, stop it, Peps."
I'll get you Skittles. I got it.
See what you started, Peps? We can definitely help. Been doing this for 20 years. We definitely. Oh yeah, I know. I saw you guys' beef with Ellie the other day. I saw that you guys were posting stories about Ellie being a snake. I was like, and are you? See, they brought Skittles now. Oh my God.
No? Okay. Mason, remember the Cookie Monster?
Yeah. Anyway, anything else you guys want to talk about? We're going on about an hour here, so I know you guys want to keep talking. If you guys want to just leave it here, we'll go another day about it. All right. I usually don't like to talk about other people in the media or just anybody in general. And I've never talked to Ellie. Like I've never talked to him personally. I've never exchanged any conversation with him. But I did find out from some friends of mine who told me that when I went to the Robert Garcia gym, he told them later that he's like, oh, she's very unprofessional. Like she doesn't dress professionally. And I do get what he means by that because again, he probably sees Cynthia and he sees Adriana from Fino Sports looking very nice with their dresses and looking very cute. And here I am in fucking leggings and a shirt. So I feel like that. I'm pretty sure that's what he meant by that because he told one of my friends from Against the Ropes podcast that I think he asked him like, oh, Xicana was here last week interviewing Virgil and Ellie said something about along the lines of, oh, I don't like her. She's unprofessional. And in my head, I'm like, it's crazy because I've never spoken to him directly. I've never said anything to him. Again, he does what he does and it works for him. So congratulations to him on how far he's made it. Because he's definitely one of the first guys to just like fight hype. Well, wasn't he working for y'all? Wasn't he like hyping y'all up and stuff? Didn't he have like a segment in your channel? Anyway, so I'm like, why would he say that about me when I've never talked to him? I thought that was very rude of him. Because again, I could get why people say that. I would be like, well, she's not a professional because she doesn't dress in like a dress to interview fighters. It's hot. It was in Riverside in August. I'm not gonna freaking wear a dress. It's hot as hell. I was wearing leggings and a freaking shirt. I was like, my dude, learn how some of these people cooperate. Yeah, operate. Yeah. Oh my God. I definitely would love to see that. So I would love to take you guys out for drinks. We're actually the first. But yeah, he wanted videos on Fight Hub. I don't.
Want to see my videos?
I can't wait to hear those stories. And I just want to see how this operates. Because me coming in like fresh, I'm not friends with anybody in media. Like none. I have no friends in the media room. I was friends with Matt, who was Fight Hub's camera guy, but now he's seconds out camera guy. Nah. So he was Matt was my homie, but he moved to New York, and that's about it. I don't talk to anybody from Media Row because I feel like they're like they hate me or something. Matt moved to New York. Yes, oh, yeah. He's seconds out now. Yes. Oh boy, do I got stories about that too. So let's meet up, guys. Thank you guys for coming in live with me and my children. I know this is something that nobody does when it's like, why are her kids around? That's unprofessional. But that's my life. So I'm going to hit up Fight Hype. Definitely want to take you guys out to lunch, a drink, coffee. We can talk. Thank you guys so much for being live. Next year, again, I'm going to be trying to get more interviews. So hopefully with Fight Hype's advice and help, I can definitely learn a thing or two. And I'm not going to be nervous anymore. I'm going to try to get more interviews and approach more people. So thank you so much. I'll hit you up. Definitely. Have a great night, guys. Great weekend of boxing. So I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you so much, Rudy. I nos vemos, guys. Say bye.
And whoever likes Skittles, I'll save them a bag, and make sure you subscribe to my channel.
Okay. Thank you. I think Terrence stepped back tonight. I think he did great. Have a great night, guys. Bye.